Okay, so good morning. Thank you very much for inviting us here. And we prepared for you some figures in order to understand better the private equity ecosystem in Romania. And when we want to discuss such a large subject, we want to put it in the context, and that's why we use some information from worldwide European Union and the CE market. The figures must be read and understood as a percentage from the previous one. I will not insist on the population and GDP. I would just say that fundraising at the level of 2022 worldwide was $1.4 trillion. European Union managed to raise 11% of this amount, and countries from CEE managed to raise just 1% out of the 11% of European Union. Also, when we discuss about investing in Romania, also I think that it's very relevant to look at the ratio between private investments and GDP. And here we have, at the level of European Union, this ratio is 0.6, at the level of CE 0.13, and the level of Romania is 0.03. What we can see very easy is that in terms of percentages, Romania is 20 times, private investments in Romania are 20 times less than in European Union, but bearing in mind that the reference is GDP, our GDP and their GDP. And also we have to take in consideration that the ratio between our GDP and European Union GDP is, Romanian GDP is 1.8% of the European GDP. So just to have a short conclusion, I would say that in this moment, Romanian private equity ecosystem is almost irrelevant. But I think that we can look at the Romanian ecosystem from another angle. And here, the last few years, we saw an enthusiasm on public markets, the most known event being the listing of Hidroelectrica. And I think that the conclusion is that our appetite to invest in public markets increased in the last few years. And this phenomenon is proven by the data coming each quarter from the Romanian Stock Exchange, showing an increasing number of investors. So this, let's say, that could be a second partial conclusion, that Romanian investors' appetite for public markets increased in the last few years. We try to benchmark the performance between private equity and public markets, and according to a study made by Harvard University in 2024, we saw that global buyout fund performance worldwide in the last 16 years out of the last 22 beat the public, the performance of the public company. And here you have the ratio. The indicator is called public market equivalence. Also, we checked on the Western markets, and the situation is the same. You can see on the graph on the left side. If you are going deeper with our arguments, it's somehow logical, because the private money, the private equity, comes along with a lot of expertise, with a lot of know-how, connections, and synergies. And that's why it's somehow logic that the performance of a companies invested with private equity is higher than the performance of public companies. So we have three partial conclusions until now. Romanian ecosystem of private equity is quite irrelevant. We have an increasing appetite in the last few years for investing in public markets in Romania. And also we see here globally and in Western Europe that the performance of private investments or the private investments generates higher returns than the public companies. So the logical conclusions coming from here is that we have a huge opportunity in Romania to develop private equity. And I think that we have this opportunity, and Romania has an allocation of 400 million euros through our national program of resilience and reconstruction. The problem arising here is that this money, for 400 million euro, needs to be co-invested, at least doubled by private money. And I don't think that we will find this money in Romania just in the categories of investors that are present in this market in this moment, the high net worth individuals and the family offices. So I think that in this moment is essential that the institutional investors should enter in this market, even if in this moment we have a quite restrictive legislation. For example, and we offered you some figures, according to our legislation, for example, pension funds, they are allowed to invest in private equity 1% of their total capital. We have a small exception. If they co-finance a fund backed by a European Investment Fund, they can increase their allocation up to 3% of the total capital that they manage. The amount seems, the percentage seems, again, irrelevant, but if we are looking to absolute numbers, we can see that this, according to their reports, in the end of 2023, this amount is 255 million euro. Believe me, because I'm a player in this market, this amount of money is huge for Romanian ecosystem of private equity and venture capital. And let's have a small and very simple exercise. This money, of course, that they co-finance European Investment Fund money. So basically, we will double this amount of money. We will have more than €500 million going to Romanian companies. It's easy to imagine that a company having this amount of money in capital can leverage at least one time with the bank debt, the capital. So we will reach more than €1 billion capital plus debt going to Romanian economy. In my opinion, here is the great potential, and this simple example gets us from zero, almost zero, what is the contribution of institutional investors in private equity in Romania in this moment, to more than 1 billion in Romanian economy through, again, a simple exercise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.